I just think Juneteenth is a woke holiday and we shouldn't give these people an inch. This is the same sort of thing. I mean, no one in Sullivan County is in favor of this, almost nobody. The only people this is going to please is the same people that were in Nashville, in our capital, causing an insurrection and assaulting state troopers. So I'm voting no on this.
Juneteenth, celebrating the day when enslaved people in Galveston, Texas learned of their freedom, and a day celebrated across the country to mark emancipation in general. Emancipation being one of the great triumphs of American history, right? Like, if there's one thing that we could all rightfully celebrate, it's when we ended slavery by force of arms, suppressed human bondage. That is a woke holiday, and he doesn't want to celebrate it because he doesn't think we should give those people an inch. If you ever actually wondered what woke means when conservatives and reactionaries and right-wingers use it, I think this clip gives you a pretty good idea of what people are talking about.
Exactly. And we tried to warn the masses.
What is the word? Oh, this is one of these questions that people try to ask. And look, I think it's one of these things. It's like art. You know it when you see it.
Wonder where she got that from.
But it's sort of like the Supreme Court definition of pornography. You know it when you see it.
How do you define woke?
I think that it's inherently divisive to tell us that we're nothing more than the characteristics we inherit on the day we're born. That divides us.
Andra Gillespie of Emory tells you today, if you ask people what woke is, I think what they mean is they want to stand against people who are engaging in some type of advocacy for marginalized people. It's kind of this lumping together of anybody whose views could be construed as being progressive on issues related to identity and civil rights. As Jamel Bowie put it, well, the great Erykah Badu agrees.
Woke fascism that will destroy our nation.
We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob. Florida is where woke goes to die.
I think they mean black. Yeah. It's just another way to say thug or something else, right?
It's not lost on us. MSNBC's Ari Melber would use Ron DeSantis in his piece. DeSantis is only the most prominent example of Republican lawmakers claiming to fight woke ideology, wokeness, or the woke left. And though occasionally pressed to provide definitions, politicians are strategically vague, even with the Stop Woke Act that clearly targets content about America's racist history and systems. The acronym simply stands for Wrong to Our Kids and Employees. Nothing racial, just as with all effective dog whistles. The racial implications must be subtle, or better yet, implied. The label should evoke demonized black populations, but their literal sense broad enough and ambiguous enough to provide plausible deniability. Congresswoman Cori Bush would agree as well.
When you say I'm anti-woke, when you talk about wokeness, you're saying I'm anti-black and I don't want black people to speak up for themselves. I don't want equality and justice for black folks. So I say to those that say wokeness, 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 we're anti-woke. This is not wokeness, what we talked about in here. And you should be on the side of folks who are woke because we're saying no more oppression against our community.
When George Floyd was murdered by Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, LeBron James captioned this photo that speaks 1,000 words. He chose 2 for a hashtag. Stay woke. To be woke politically in the black community means that someone is informed, educated, and conscious of social injustice and racial inequality, Merriam-Webster Dictionary states, wrote ABC. And yet, from sports to music to politics, conservatives use it for a reason. One Republican Senate aide would tell MSNBC, it does have a distinct meaning, but there's also obviously a tendency to just call any and everything woke when it might mean liberal. And those don't exactly mean the same thing. The aide added that anti-woke messaging is everywhere now because it kind of works to say it. And I don't think people maybe exactly know why, this person said. It's just like you see something working and you're just going to keep going with it. And that, my friends, is called giving the game away.